All right, so can we start off by introducing yourself?
My name is Nathan Livingston. I'm a freshman here at SNU, and I'm from Lawton, Oklahoma.
Okay, and based off of where you're from, how would you describe the religious beliefs out there?
Lawton's kind of a mixed bag. We have a lot of churches there. There's a couple of Nazarene churches. There's a lot of Baptist churches too, but there's also a large percentage of the town or the city. It's not a town, a city that doesn't go to church at all, and they don't believe in God. So there's a mixed bag. It's kind of big enough to where there's a little bit of everything.
Okay, you already told them what you were, right?
I'm an agnostic.
Okay, so for the first question, I want to ask, how important is prayer in your life?
Um, Prayer is, I don't know. It kind of depends. I do believe. I think prayer can be good when people are supporting people who are sick or hurt and sending out positive, I don't know, vibes, I guess. I don't know, when they're like trying to support people. I think that's good, but I don't know if it like directly if God directly interacts with us through prayer.
Mhm.
I don't know if he does that, but I think prayer is a good thing. All prayer is good in my opinion.
Okay, and for you, do you think it's easy to pray, or do you like have a hard time praying?
I think it depends if you know how to pray because I don't think I know how to pray. Like I think it's hard to communicate with God through prayer. Anybody can just kind of like say words and like hope God hears them, I guess, but I think it's hard to get your mind clear and your ears like ready to listen to God, I would say. So I think it can be hard to pray for a lot of people who aren't like ready to listen to God.
Yeah, like me, I come from a very religious family. I'm Christian, and my mom, every day I woke up, went to sleep, go to school, come home from school, she'll be like, "Hey, did you pray? Don't forget to pray. I love you." And so it's just a habit now. She'll even today she'll call me and be like, "I love you. Don't forget to pray. Good night. Don't forget to pray."
Yeah.
So I think that prayer is really important when it comes to living your life.
Yeah.
So the next question. Though you don't believe in God, if you did, how would you think he would feel towards the like humanity, us today?
Um, I don't know. Probably I don't know because there's a lot of bad things in the world right now. There's problems everywhere. Like there's problems in the U.S. There's problems all over the world. There's people suffering cancer, countries that are torn apart, stuff like that. But at the same time, I think if you watch the news, there's a lot of stuff that goes on the news, but they don't show the good side of humanity. There's a lot of good left in the world. So I don't know. I'd say he'd probably be disappointed at some of the stuff we do, but I think there's a lot of good left in humanity. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't know
Yeah,
how he would feel.
I agree because sometimes when I see like, yeah, I read the Bible and whenever I see "Thou shalt not," "Thou don't do this," "Don't do that," and you can see people disobeying what he said not to do, and that just makes me think like I'm just sometimes. Well, I'm gonna start by saying sometimes it makes me sad, and I know that what was it? Solomon and Goliath.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
So you know about that?
Oh yeah, I've read the Bible. Like I
Oh,
know a lot about, and I don't not believe in God. I just don't believe that I have a relationship with Him.
okay,
So I know that a God exists, but I don't. I just
okay.
don't know if. But yeah, I know a lot of Bible trivia because I was in church as a kid a lot.
So do you ever think about death?
Yeah.
How does that make you feel? Like, what do you think about whenever, like, are you scared or do you have like any emotions towards it?
Yeah. I think I'm scared to death. I think a lot of people, even if they don't want to kind of admit it, are scared to death just because I think we just fear what we don't understand. We don't. Nobody knows like what's. Nobody knows what's after for sure. There's stories of like people who died and like the doctors brought him back and they like stories about heaven or hell or whatever, but like you can't really know for sure. So I don't know if it's heaven and hell, if it's reincarnation. I guess I don't know, or
Yeah.
if we just stop existing. I don't know, that's scary.
Like for me, when I was younger, I was terrified. I would usually, like out of nowhere, I just think about death and run to my mom crying because I'll be like, I feel like I'm about to die or I don't want to die. But as I start getting older, my relationship with God has become just stronger than ever, and I'm just like, if I die, it was already God's plan. He already knew when I was gonna die. I know where I'm gonna go because when I think of when we die, I know that. Well, I believe that we'll be at rest until the rapture comes, and then God calls all of us up. So
That's one of the things that I kind of wish I had. Like as Christians, I feel like if they really do have a relationship with God, then they have that assurance that hey, this isn't our final place. Like we get to go somewhere else, and that's kind of special. I feel like, and I wish I had that.
okay, and the word vocation, which means like God has a calling for you or something. Do you believe that you have a calling on this earth? Not necessarily from God, but
No,
you just
it. I don't know. I think that's I just don't know. Like, could God have a purpose for all of us? Maybe, but I really just don't know. I think He has a plan for some people, but I think He uses people to fulfill His plans. But I don't know how important I am or how important anybody is to that plan. So I personally haven't heard a calling for my
yeah.
life.
Like whenever I first heard this word, I had no idea what it meant. But I feel God does have a calling for me, but I don't know what it is yet. But He will have His own way of showing me that. Well, in due time, whenever He knows that I'm ready, He'll show me that I have a calling, and I'll be ready in time.
Yeah.
So the next question: if God gave you your life, do you think that you feel in debt to Him? Basically, meaning you owe Him.
No, because in the Bible, God gives us. It says that God gives us free choice. Adam and Eve had the choice to sin, and they did. He gives us all a choice. We don't. We. I mean, he. I feel like a lot of people feel like they owe God, but He doesn't demand anything from us. It's kind of our choice to
Mm-hmm.
follow Him. I feel like, and that's what's. I don't know. That's just different, I guess. But
Like even as a Christian, I'll be sometimes confused because whenever He tells us I see the Bible as a guide to a better life, and not necessarily a way to get in heaven, but that's one of the ways that I think you can get into heaven. But sometimes I'll just feel that what is it? I feel that no, I don't owe Him anything, but he's not necessarily expecting me to do something. He just knows that I should know from right from wrong, and I just feel like so. Oh, basically, I feel like I do owe because I know He created me. That's how I feel, and I just think that since He created me, He knows that I can do something great, and in order for me to become great and succeed, I should follow what He wants me to do. Okay, and final question. Do you believe that parents should indoctrinate their kids on religion?
um, I think it's up to the parents to kind of raise their kids in whatever manner they see fit. But I also think it's important to let them come to their own decisions and not, uh, force anything on them, but to just educate them the best they can. And then when they're old enough and mature enough to decide, then to let them decide what they want to do.
Yeah, like I wouldn't say my parents forced.